face-to-face meetings with people who are currently selling their property. The best use of an estate agent's time is to talk to people who want to buy a property and people who want to sell a property. When it comes to business generation, there is nothing more important than this. Now, with technology and property portals, buyers do not need to visit estate agency offices or phone in to register on a mailing list because they can very easily see all the properties that are for sale on various property portals. Buyers have found that even if they do register with an estate agent, most estate agents are either lazy or offer poor service and probably won't even call them even if they have a suitable property, so there's little point in calling or registering with an agent. So if buyers are not visiting the office or phoning the office, we must go to them. Now, I've interviewed many people in other sales industries, and for them to identify a potential client in a street of 100 houses, they literally have to cold call every house in the street to find a warm prospect. We are so fortunate in our industry that we can easily identify potential clients in a particular street of 100 houses because they have a sign outside their house saying, "We want to sell." Or we can look at our phone and see all the nearby properties for sale with the information about the price, when it went on the market, which agent they're using, and even photos of the inside. We are so lucky that we can identify these hot prospects that want to sell and want to buy at the touch of a button, and all you need to do is talk to these people who want your help. Now, I'll go into more depth about what to do and what to say when knocking on someone's door in another episode, but today I just want to give you a brief overview. Now, there are 3 reasons for knocking on their door, and none of them have anything to do with getting their property on the market. The 3 reasons are: 1, to give them something; 2, to help them; and 3, to build a relationship. I'm going to repeat this because it's so important. 1, to give them something; 2, to help them; and 3, to build a relationship. So when you knock on the door, first of all, give them something useful like a magazine, a checklist for moving home, a market update report, or some tips on preparing their property for a viewing. Secondly, offer to help them. There are a number of things you can help them with, from giving them advice, recommendations, answering any questions they have about buying or selling. The important thing is they know you are there to offer any help and advice they need now or in the future. Probably the best way you can help them is by helping them find their next home. And before they say, "No thanks, we'll look on Rightmove," suggest you can let them know about suitable properties before they go on Rightmove. So just say something like, "I'm out valuing properties every day, and if I see a property that is suitable for you, I'll give you a call right away before it goes on Rightmove." Now, most buyers will jump at the chance to find out about property coming to the market before anyone else, so they get first choice. Or you could say you have a number of properties that are off market, or use your discreet marketing service and are not on the property portals. Or you can say, "I offer a home finding service. It's completely free of charge, and if you describe your ideal home, I will use a number of strategies to find it for you. For example, if you want a specific home in a specific area, I will do a leaflet drop in that area to see if anyone who's thinking of selling. Or I will do a short video saying I have a buyer looking for this type of property and create an advert on Facebook and target homeowners in that area. Or I will also check our database to see if we have valued any properties in the area that you're looking for in the last 12 months and give them a call to see if they're ready to sell. I can also check our database of buyers to see if any of them have got a property to sell in the area that you're looking, and I can give them a call to see if they're ready to go on the market. There are other ways to help buyers find a suitable property. However, this should be enough for the buyer to say, "Yes, I'd like you to help me find somewhere." Just ask them to describe their dream home to you. Then ask for their name, phone number and email so that you can let them know as soon as something suitable comes available. I always finish by saying it was lovely to meet you and good luck with selling your house. They will often reply with thank you. Then by talking about their house, it prompts me to think Oh, by the way, how's it going? Have you had any offers? This can lead into an interesting conversation. And if they haven't had any offers, or they sound a bit disappointed with their current agent, you can ask, would you be interested if I could sell your house? It's very difficult for a motivated seller to say no to this question. Or you could say, look, I'd love to help you. There are 3 things I could do that no other agent in the area does that will generate more interest from potential buyers. I'm happy to pop back when it's convenient to let you know what they are. There's no obligation to use me. You could even suggest these ideas to your current agent. When's a good time for me to pop back? Now, if you can't get a market appraisal there and then, fine. Don't be pushy. The objective is to give them something useful and help them find somewhere so that they give you their name, their phone number, and their email. Now you can stay in touch with them and build a relationship. And if they are not looking to buy another property, you may not have a reason to ask for their name and email. So in that case, you could say, look, I have another document that most sellers find really useful. I've run out of the printed copies, but if you give me your email address, I will email one to you as soon as I get back to the office. Now, this document may be a guide to moving, advice on choosing a solicitor, recommended local removal companies, or 10 top tips to prepare your property for a viewing. Once you have their name, email, and phone number, you can stay in touch via text, a phone call, email, and post. So to start with, you could send them a handwritten card saying, lovely to meet you, I will do my best to find your dream home, regards, Sean. The key is for them to hear from you more than their current agent. So when they're ready to change agents, you will be their first choice. Now, I've done another video which goes into far more detail about what to say when knocking on the door. But in a nutshell, when you've gone, you want the owner to think, that guy was really helpful, friendly, and proactive, going out of his way to pop by at 6 o'clock at night to help us. Hopefully they'll be thinking, we need someone like that to sell our house. With regards to how many face-to-face meetings you should have, I recommend visiting 100 properties per month. Now, when you break that down, it's only 25 properties per week. And I would suggest you do 10 one evening, say 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on a Tuesday evening, and say 15 on a Saturday morning between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Or if you prefer, do 5 a day for 5 days a week on your way home. Either way, it's 25 a week, 100 a month. Clearly, it's best to visit in the evenings or the weekend when people are more likely to be at home. Now, of the 100 you visit, expect to get face-to-face meetings with 50 homeowners. And I would expect most to give you their name, phone number, and email. But let's just work on 40% as a guide. If no one is in when you visit, leave the business card and the informational magazine you are planning to give them, as it shows you have visited, and this is another touch point. Now, the information will be useful and they may still phone you. Now, I would also go back the next day at a different time and take something different. And then when they answer the door, just say, oh, I'm so sorry, I came around yesterday and I forgot to give you this. They are often very receptive and grateful that you've popped back. And because they know who you are, and because of the information you dropped the previous day, they may actually say, oh, I'm glad you popped by. Could you have a quick look around the house while you're here and give us a second opinion? Now, if they're not in when you visit for the second time, leave the information and come back later in the day or the following day with something different. Again, just say, I'm sorry I forgot to deliver this, or sorry I missed you the other day. I wanted to see if I could help you find your next home. Now, I always find that of the 100 homeowners that are selling their property, about 20% are not happy with their current agent or are thinking about changing agents. So if you speak to 50 home sellers, 10 will convert into quality market appraisals each month. And if you can convert 50 to 80%, that's 5 to 8 new listings per month. Also, this gives you a lot of hot, motivated buyers for the future and obviously future potential sellers. The biggest mistake agents make when knocking on a door is they have the wrong mindset and are focusing on what they can get. They want to get the house on the market, they want to get the market appraisal, they want to get the homeowner's name, email and phone number. Well, 80% of communication is non-verbal, And if you go with the what can I get mindset, it will come across in your communication, body language, etc. Tom Panos calls it commission breath. You will come across as a desperate salesperson. Instead, go with the mindset that you want to give, you want to help, and you want to build a relationship. As long as you are genuine, this will come across and the homeowner will be far more receptive. The great thing is most estate agents don't like visiting properties that are for sale, so don't do this. And the ones that do, don't do it the right way because they have the what can I get mindset. And they basically ask the owner if they can sell the property, which doesn't get a great reception. Agents that are expecting buyers and sellers to come to them are like guys in a nightclub waiting for a girl to come to them and ask them for a dance and buy them a drink. It doesn't happen. Well, it didn't for me. You have to go and speak to them. And the agents that just knock on a door and say to the seller, "Can I sell your house?" It would be like meeting a boy or a girl for the first time and asking them to marry you. You need to build a relationship, get to know them, and earn their trust. One last tip to improve this strategy: plan when you are going to visit these properties and send them a letter saying, "I will be in your area on Tuesday evening to deliver the latest copy of our magazine. Please call or text me if this time is not convenient. I look forward to seeing you." The reception you get will be far better because they are expecting you. When the doorbell goes, they'll be saying, "Oh, that must be the estate agent dropping off the magazine," not "Who the hell is that knocking at this time?" Agents who have done this have had far better responses, including sellers literally saying, "Come on in, we're expecting you," and then putting their house on the market with them. So do this one thing, learn to do it well by doing role play, and you will never have a shortage of quality market appraisals. I hope this was useful, and watch the next video to see another strategy to generate quality market appraisals from motivated sellers.